Shein is under fire after a black-owned Atlanta brand called Dulsè is alleging that they stole a photo from their promotion on social media and used it in a Shein ad. The fashion giant Shein is under fire after being called out by the founder of Dulsè, an Atlanta-based creator that goes by the name of Jay the Gym on social media, says that she not only used the image without her authorization, so she basically posted an image on her social media promoting her brand with people holding her, like two women holding her bags, two black women holding her bags. Shein takes the image, removes her logo from the brand of the bags, right? And then makes one of the black women a white girl. The original photo featured two women of color modeling bags with visible branding. The version posted by Shein removed the brand's identity and apparently changed one of the women to white women. Once the omission and edits were pointed out online, supporters rallied around Dulsè, calling out Shein for disrespecting small creators and exploiting their content for corporate benefit. Responses have ranged from Shein to acknowledge and compensate, to taking legal action, which he hasn't been able to do that. But it's an incident that sits with a broader backdrop of the ongoing accusations against Shein and other fast fashion retailers for copying designs and exploiting intellectual property of black people and operating with minimal accountability to the creators and communities who they profit from.
Dude, this is like, just to give context to our viewers, right? Shein will trick you out of that dollar for sure.
For sure.
I have a bunch of friends in the fashion industry, and it's not unusual for Shein to make small deals with micro brands and designers to produce their items, but they're making pennies on the dollar for the work that they do. And it's even sad because Shein will even replicate higher end brands, right? Just to get that dollar. So I'm gonna say this now, Shein, you're crooks.
Hey,
that's what it is. But my question is, how can we help uplift black designers and black brands?
I mean, we have to continue. We have to start shopping with our own. We have $1.8 million annually worth of $1 trillion worth of spending power, and we could direct it towards brands like Dulsè and other brands like Telfair and brands that we make popular. Because again, we'll run to these other places and give them all of our money, and we'll go to Shein. And that's what I'm saying. Is like, we need a black version of everything. I built fan base to be an alternative, a black-owned version of the social media ownership through the lens, social media through the ownership, through the lens of black ownership. We need a black everything. We need a black Shein. We need a black Sally Beauty Supply and Ulta and Sephora. We need black everything. We need black mechanics. We need black car dealership owners. We need black everything. And I think we need to start being about our own shit in this new era, because the technology is there to bring us all together. There's enough there that we can send out links and support and pull one another together and really shop and promote and build businesses together. And this is the time that we got to do this shit. It's like, it can't go no other way.
And you got to do it every day. Like, one of the things I do, and I'm ashamed I didn't do it today, but every episode I actually wear a piece of black-owned clothing.
Yeah.
The other side is, we can't ask. The hookup's good. But
we got to start paying for what
we got to show up with our dollar.
Yeah, we got to show up with our dollars. Everything can't be the homeboy hookup, the restaurant in your town. You know what I'm saying? All the service or whatever. Nah, man, you about to go spend all this money at these other folks' restaurants and pay them. We need our own everything. That's why I get so big on Atlanta, because Atlanta has a lot of our own everything. We've created our own industries, and politics really help with that. And the fact that this is an Atlanta brand, a black woman having her IP stolen once again by some folks that are non-black, and then whitewashing it to put a white girl in the photo, and it's her shit. It's wild, but again, it's just like, let's abandon that. Like, okay, cool, and I get it. Shein makes really, really cheap clothes. Fine, cool. But we spend money on a whole bunch of other bullshit like that we'll spend full price on Gucci, Louis, Prada, all that other stuff, but we need to be able to support our own brands, because that's how you take a brand. And think about this, like, and again, I know that Kim Kardashian is an amazing person, but like think about what not only black people, but collectively what people have been able to do with Skims and elevate that. But I love what Black culture and other people have been able to do with Rihanna and Fenty and elevate that. She's a billionaire because of that.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be doing that, elevating small businesses to higher levels of growth and success, and just, and supporting our own businesses.
You know who's the king of actually doing that, of buying smaller brands and then using his face to raise them up?
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
Think about Mint Mobile.
Okay, so shout out to Bam, because I'm gonna give Bam a shout out.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Ryan Reynolds, and I said this before, Ryan Reynolds put $20 million into Mint Mobile, right? And then T-Mobile acquired it for like $1.6 billion, something crazy, and he made $300 million off of it. The difference between Ryan Reynolds and somebody Black that's similar to Ryan Reynolds, the Black person that Bam goes to, because Bam has Culture Wireless and says, hey, you could do the same thing and do that. Number one, we won't invest. We want equity for free. We won't invest, right? Then we'll barely use the product. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that's what I mean by Ryan Reynolds is leveraging his brand to create wealth for other white people, including himself.
You and I are both owners in Culture Wireless.
Yeah, I'm invested in Culture Wireless.
And I agree with you. We have to replicate that across, not just
across sectors.
It's across sectors, yeah.
It can't just
across
be music.
industries.
It can't be music, and it can't just be food.
One of the things I want to touch on with Dulsè is, not only did they take her product, right, but the imagery itself, that's content.
Yeah.
So my question is, how can we protect ourselves from incidences from big brands such as Shein?
I don't think you can protect yourself. I think when creators, the internet is a wide space, and everybody's eyeballs are out there. So somebody saw this and was like, yo, Shein using your shit. That's probably how, she probably didn't see it. Somebody probably sent it to her like, ain't this you?
Yep.
So we got to start letting people know, what's going on. Because I get DMs like sometimes about that sometimes when somebody's taking my content or whatever and say, oh, they're using your content. And what we also have to start to do too is this. Hold on, we got to start doing this too. We got to start giving credit. We got to start giving credit for the people that call stuff out. Because a lot of times, I get it, and I don't have a problem with that. The messaging gets out there, but a lot of the things that I wind up saying, and I know I'm a researcher. I'll do the story, discover the story. I never heard anybody in my life talk about Jerry Lawson being the inventor of video game cartridge. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing people talk about Jerry Lawson and the inventor of the video game cartridge, and now we're talking about Black inventors and all this kind of stuff, and I get it. I shout out everybody that does that. It's great that the messaging is get out, but also highlight the people that originate these messages. Aaron Parnas is the one that's calling out the BS on TikTok. We credit Aaron Parnas for doing that. But if it's a story that I find myself and I research on, then I'm going to do that as well. But we got to start sharing the information and letting people know where they can go. Like, who's the person that delivered? Who's the person that talked about this? Like, I love like a lot of these are real. I love a lot of the things that Deontay Kyle says, because I know they're original thoughts that come from him, and he be dropping gems. And so I like watching Grits and Eggs because I get to hear some real authentic stuff that I know. Even him being right out of Atlanta, we get to hear. So shout out to him and Grits and Eggs.
I love this quote that ties right back to it. And I forget the guest name on Brandon Butler's Butter ATL's Butternomics podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this, and it was so great, right? Atlanta is the only city that does not gatekeep.
Yeah, he was talking about that.
Yep.
Like, New York is different. He's like, yo, in Atlanta, we sharing from it. But in fun, what's so funny though? People will come to Atlanta and say we gatekeeping.
I don't believe that to be like I'm 27,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had a mutual person, Eric Gordon, introduced me to you, and that went down like that wouldn't have happened if he hadn't brought me into your space.
Correct.
Right? Like, to me, Atlanta's the perfect at 27, I couldn't have done all the things I've done in Atlanta in New York.
No.
Or in LA. Like,
no.
That would have been nearly impossible. Might still be an intern at this point, doing some of the things.
Absolutely. So Atlanta does not gatekeep. We share information. I always like connecting people. I was like, yo, I need to introduce you to so-and-so. Yeah. Take it away, fellas. I'll put a group text together, run it. Like, people, like so many people, when I started talking about copyright termination, I'm not going to tell you the number of multi-Grammy, multi-platinum, iconic artists, songwriters, producers that quietly hit me in the DM and say, hey, man, do you know how to do? I was like, yeah, here. This is the person that did it. Talk to Liz. She's the one that did it. Go take care of it. And I'm not going to hide that information from our people, because it's billions and trillions of dollars of value that's going to return to the Black community.
100%. So, sir, before we check out, You have any lingering thoughts on this?
Man, 2026. Be unapologetic, ladies and gentlemen. Like, get angry, get scared. Let your fear motivate you in ways that you didn't think it could. Get active, register to vote. Don't take no bullshit. Record everything, about your community. Stand firm in your beliefs and lean into your blackness. Don't be ashamed of it, afraid of it. And it's also time we start calling out the clowns who are leveraging their blackness to help the opposition. The first person that comes to mind, which I don't know what he did, but he's back in the news, is Stephen A. Smith again, doing some dumb shit.
I saw that. Yeah.
I think he was talking about Minnesota and kind of siding with the law enforcement in Minnesota. And then he had something to say about Joy Reid. And I'm like, yo, we got to start, like, again, free speech is all free speech, but we can let our voices be heard in the opposite direction too, because if enough people say Stephen A. Smith got to go and stop watching his programming, they'll cut his black ass off too. That's the thing that Stephen A. Smith, like, he got to stop doing. Stephen A. Smith has to stop acting like he's not standing on the shoulders of white supremacy to have his message. His show on SiriusXM, his relationship with ESPN. Don't act like you a black guy that worked your way up through black structures and built your own black empire like you a Tyler Perry or somebody. You're not that, right? You built your brand. White people gave you their platform to talk to the world and the community, and now you get in this position, and now you shit on black people. Shame on you. That's some clown shit.
Dude, yeah. Sorry. Stephen A. Smith, come on, man. I love the Philadelphia Tribune version of him, but he a clown now.
Man,
Just a clown.
that's what he talking about.